Hello everybody, welcome back to Justin the Movie Man. In this channel we talk about all things movies, TV shows, media, all things movies. So in this video we are going to be breaking down and talking a little bit about The Boys Season 5 Episode 3. Now, first off, I have so loved this whole entire show, but especially this season. The first two episodes of this have been freaking amazing. They've just been they know this is their last season, so they're doing all things forward. There's no filler in these things, and there's no boring moments. Like, stuff is happening pretty much every second of every episode so far. So I love it. I love it so far. But before I start this breakdown, please subscribe to the channel. I got my little logo right here. Subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. We're just going to get right into this. I have some notes about the third episode right here that I'm going to be going through, talking about it, and you might see some stuff you might have missed in the episode, but yeah, I'm just going to go straight through this. So we start off with Ryan. So, okay, I just spoiled a little bit of it, but the beginning of it is this dark abandoned building in, I think, Russia, and these military grade people are walking through with these big machines, and they're trying to get somebody, and one gets snatched up into the ceiling, and we don't know who got him yet, and they end up getting beat up, and then the reveal is it is Ryan. So he is in this abandoned house, and apparently he's just doing what he wants now. He's left Vought, he's left Homelander, so he's just basically on his own. And I guess he's just getting all these Russian people in Russia. I don't really know, but I was actually very surprised when Ryan was the reveal, when it revealed to be him in this, because I was like, what? I thought it was going to be some, a Batman variant, because the scene was very reminiscent of the warehouse scene from Batman v Superman, when Batman is just beating up on the people. So that was a very cool scene and a very cool thing to start off the episode, because I literally did not know that was gonna be Ryan. So that was really cool. I really like that. So the next thing is, so we see that Soldier Boy is part of the Seven again, and they're trying to come out and say that Soldier Boy is working with Homelander now, and that he's a good person now. Because I remember, the media said he was a bad person, he was I think a Russian spy or whatever. So now he's working with Homelander, and they do the whole AI thing, and it's just a very cool dynamic to see Soldier Boy with Homelander, because Homelander is because this is Homelander's dad, basically. So Homelander is trying to impress his father, and Soldier Boy is just not having it. He's just calling him a disappointment, and they just don't get along. They butt heads, and that's a really cool thing to see, because as an audience, we know that Homelander's just so messed up. We know the stuff that goes through his head, so we're just finally somebody's talking to this guy, and Homelander can't do anything about it. Because Homelander, I don't think, could actually... I mean, they fought before, and it was a pretty close fight, so it was... Homelander knows he shouldn't just attack at this. He can't just kill Soldier Boy out of the blue like he can random people. You know what I mean? So we see from the last episode. Remember, Soldier Boy gets the virus, Huey and all the boys how to get the virus on Soldier Boy, and then at the end, Soldier Boy pops up and he's alive. So they say in this episode that Soldier Boy survived because he had Compound V, the original Compound V, and the virus wasn't designed for that. It was designed for the new Compound V that Homelander has and all the new superheroes have. So that's why Soldier Boy survived that. And that's what everybody was theorizing beforehand, but they just confirmed it in this episode, right? So with that said, Homelander's oh shoot, I need to get my hands on some Compound V original. The OG Compound V. And to be honest, I would be the exact same way. I'd be I need to get my hands on this Compound V, or else the boys are going to murk me. So this whole episode is trying to get, Homelander's trying to get all his people to go find the original Compound V. But then Let me get to my notes right here because Homelander wants to be immortal, like Soldier Boy. He wants to not age because he's getting like the gray bodily hair and stuff. You know what I mean? So he wants to not age, and Soldier Boy literally says to him like, "You're gonna die one day," to Homelander, and I'm not. So I don't really care about you anymore. So Homelander does not like that. Okay, so he says the age is going to get Homelander and stuff. And this is where there's like a flashback of all these different moments of like for Homelander, he's like, oh my gosh, what is happening in my life? Like A-Train said I'm a disappointment. My other dad said I'm a disappointment. Now Soldier Boy is saying I'm a disappointment, and he's finally starting to feel the wrath of the person he has been to all the people around him. And that, for me, was very satisfying to see because this dude is mentally insane. So it's awesome to see him like somewhat finally coming to grips with how bad of a person he actually is, because he just wants to be loved, and pretty much everyone around him either hates him or is just deathly scared of him. So it's not really a good situation to be if you want to be like loved like he does. So this is when the boys team, like Huey, Butcher, all of them, try to go after Edgar. Remember Edgar from the original? He was like the leader of Vought Tower and all that stuff. They try to go to Edgar, and he's in this underground bunker because they're trying to get the original Compound V before Homelander can. Because the last thing they want is Homelander to have this Compound V in his possession, because he will become immortal, and that's like they literally have no shot against him. He's gonna rule the world forever, basically. So so like I said, he's in a bunker, and Homelander sends the Deep and Black Noir and two other people, we're not gonna mention them, sends them to the bunker also. Okay, so the boys are going to this bunker, and they actually make it there. And Edgar's there, and he's like, we're in a full safe-proof thing, you know. And Edgar actually has, remember Translucent from like the first couple episodes of The Boys, the dude Huey killed? Well, Edgar has his son with him, and he told Translucent's son that Homelander killed his dad. But as we know, and Huey knows, it was all Huey and the boys. So it's a pretty tense moment because we know the truth. And Translucent's son's like, I hate this guy, he killed my dad and all that stuff, and we know what really happened, right? And I was just waiting for that moment to boil over and him to find out that Huey actually did the deed, and he does end up finding out, but we're not getting there yet. So Homelander sends the Deep and Black Noir to find the boys and get the V1, right? So yeah, the Deep and Noir finally find the facility, and they're outside, and then Edgar's like, oh, this place is foolproof, no one can get in, and they actually send Translucent's son out to like spray some, I think it's like the V, like Compound V disease or whatever, and one of the dudes with the Deep and Noir just see Translucent, and they end up choking him out, and the Deep talks to Translucent's son and basically tells them that Huey actually killed his dad. And this was the turning point, because at that moment on, Translucent is with Noir and the Deep. So guess what he does? He gives them the code to get into the freaking vault. So they're in. Black Noir and the Deep are in. I don't know why that's doing thumbs up. They're in the vault. And then this is where it gets insane, because they end up getting in, and the Deep comes and kidnaps Edgar, and he is trying to take Edgar back to the like Cybertruck that they're driving to get to the vault. So he takes him, Black Noir's with him, and Black Noir gets in, and then it was a surprise to me. The Deep puts in the little virus or the spray stuff or whatever to knock him out, knocks Black Noir out, and then pulls Black Noir out of the car and says, this is mine, because he wants to have Homelander's love and appreciation, because he wants to prove himself to Homelander. So I don't know where this leaves the Deep at, because the Deep is probably going to be mad about this, and I literally made a theory about who the Deep Black Noir is actually going to be mad about this, and I actually made a theory about who Black Noir is under the suit this season, and I think you'll be surprised, so you should go check that video out. It's on my channel. So yeah, it's literally just the Deep and Edgar now driving to the Vault Tower to meet up with Homelander. So this is where it gets really interesting, because Ryan, like we said, he was at the start of the thing. He meets up with Butcher, and this whole thing, but we're going to skip a little bit to where Ryan meets up with Homelander. Now, they meet up, and Homelander's like amusement park thing. It looks kind of abandoned now, but this is where it gets crazy. Ryan is basically saying, did you do this specific thing to my mom? I'm not going to say it on this video, but you know what I'm talking about if you watch this show. Did you do this to my mom? And Homelander denies it, and he's like, no, why would I ever do that? It was consensual, blah, 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 blah. And then Ryan's like, bro, I can literally see your chest. I can hear your heart beating. And he uses, because Homelander uses this trick on a lot of people. When they're lying, he can literally hear their heart beating to tell if they're lying or not. And Ryan does that to Homelander. I thought that was a sick moment, and it's like full circle moment. So that was really cool. But then what happens next is kind of low-key sad. So Ryan obviously gets really mad. He laser shoots Homelander in the chest, and it does damage him. It does, like, Homelander's like, ouch, that hurt. He wasn't expecting it, and he has like a rip in his chest, and it's literally bleeding. So at least we know Ryan can do damage to Homelander. That's a very good thing that we need to know about this. So this is where it gets sad. Homelander is trying to avoid Ryan's stuff, and I think Ryan does get like a few punches on him, but Homelander's not, like, at this point, he's not trying to fight Ryan. He doesn't want to fight his kid, but Ryan insists, and he's trying to go all out. Homelander eventually punches him, puts him on the ground, and goes like this, bah! And he sees Ryan's face go all bloody, and Ryan's like, oh no, and he goes, bah! Bah, bah, bah. He punches him over and over and over again, mashes Ryan's face in. And this is where it's kind of sad, because it reminds us of, if you've seen the show Invincible, this was very reminiscent of that, like with Omni-Man and Mark, like Omni-Man freaking battered Mark, and it was just sad, because like, that's your dad doing that to your son. It's just that power dynamic is there, like the father-son thing, and it's just crazy. So Homelander has this moment with Ryan. He's like beating him down. And this was from the trailer. We were all like conspirizing who Homelander was going to be like beating down here, and it was Ryan. So I was scared, because I thought Ryan was going to die from this, but in the end, Homelander goes away. Ryan's all battered up, and then Butcher comes back to see, to find Ryan, because I think Ryan like kind of went off by himself to find Homelander. Butcher finds him. His face is all like bloodied up, like bruised everywhere, and but Ryan does, like, Butcher touches him, and Ryan does end up like moving his face. So I don't think he's dead. Ryan has superhuman healing, just like Homelander does. So he should be back in no time, and this is a good like thing for us, because we do know if Ryan survives this, which I think he will, and I think he's alive right now. This is good, because we know that he can survive a beating from Homelander, the most powerful superhero on the earth right now, other than like Soldier Boy. But I think Homelander is more powerful than him. But this is a good thing, because we know he can survive, and Ryan can be like, if maybe like the boys people can train him how to actually fight and stuff, and he can fight not with anger and not with emotion, but with strategic abilities and stuff, and he could actually do some damage on Homelander. It's very good to know this. So hopefully Ryan survives. Hopefully he is okay. And hopefully, in the end, we will have Ryan versus Homelander again, and Ryan will become victorious. That's really what I want to see, okay? I want all of the boys, all of the 7, to attack Homelander, and I want each individual person to have their own time with Homelander and just go bah, bah. And then I hope everyone gets their time to shine, even Mother's Milk. That could be a cool moment, even though he probably couldn't do damage on Homelander. But just to know that like everyone could have their shot at it. I don't think that's actually gonna happen. But if I was writing it, I'd have at least like the season finale. Everyone had their turn on Homelander, and it just go crazy, and he dies from there. But we know from the trailer, Homelander is going to become President of the United States, and that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. It's in the comics. I have my theories about what's going to happen with that. Black Noir, Ryan, Sam. I'm not going to go too much into theory time right here, but that is where the episode ends. We see Butcher going up Ryan, and he is still breathing, so that's good. But yeah, this episode, for me, even though sad stuff happens in this is one of my favorite, and I think it's one of the most well done episodes in the entire series. But really, from this season, I just love that it's the pacing is just on go mode. Like there's no filler, and I love that the stakes are high. Anyone could die at any moment, and I actually like that there's not any like weirdo scenes. You know, in The Boys, there's been really weird scenes, and there's been some in this episode or in this season, but not to the extent of like supergasm or whatever it's called from the other seasons. But overall, this episode was good. I'm so excited for next week's. I don't even know how many episodes are in this final season, but you know I'll be here reacting to it, breaking it down. But if you like this video, please give it a like for me, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time.